This is the new 1/24 scale Toyota Tacoma from FMS Model. It comes in red, blue, and gray, but honestly, this red version might be my favorite after seeing it in person. In the sunlight, it's got a nice little sparkle to it that adds some depth to the color. I've featured a lot of FCX24s on this channel, but this truck is based on the newer FCX24M platform that was used under the Camel Trophy Land Rovers. This officially licensed 3rd gen Toyota Tacoma body is made of hard plastic and features a bunch of separately molded details throughout, such as the grille, bumpers, windshield wipers, side mirrors, fender flares, rear tailgate handle, and the chase rack just behind the cab. FMS also includes an optional grille and front bumper insert, letting you change up the look if you want something a little different. All of the light buckets are functional, but only the front two come with LEDs installed from the factory. Those can be turned on using the bind button on the transmitter. Behind the clear plastic windows, you'll also find a Lexan interior with a dashboard and seats, along with a molded plastic steering wheel. This truck rides on these same FMS Super Marsher tires that we saw on the FCX24M Land Rovers, but here they're mounted on some new one-piece plastic wheels that replicate the full-size Tacoma's design. Since this truck is so small and light, the tires aren't glued to the wheels. This body flips up from the front and is hinged in the rear, allowing for easy access to the inside of the truck. The front of the body is held down with Velcro, which of course is common for this scale. For the electronics, it uses a 3-channel waterproof ESC and receiver combo paired with an 050 brushed motor. The receiver is paired to a 3-channel transmitter with a foam steering wheel, which is always a nice touch. This truck is powered by the same 380 mAh 2S LiPo battery that's included with the regular FCX24 lineup, which is held in place behind the transmission with a nice rubber strap. This FCX24M is a slightly smaller platform with steel chassis rails, making it more rigid than the plastic chassis on the regular FCX24. Underneath, there are new straight axles with plastic steering and suspension links throughout. The links have some flex, but that shouldn't be a big deal for such a light vehicle. On top of that, there's also a servo saver on the front axle to protect the plastic geared steering servo from stripping out. A pair of counter-rotating center drive shafts connect the axles to a more compact 2-speed transmission in the middle of the truck. Another plastic geared servo shifts the transmission and is controlled using the channel 3 switch on the transmitter. The drivetrain has all metal gears except for one plastic gear in the transmission. However, FMS includes a metal version of that gear in the box that you can swap to, which is kind of interesting. FMS always does a great job of including so much detail into such a small platform. This truck is fairly capable given its size. It did struggle a bit due to the heavier body, smaller tires, and lower ground clearance due to the straight axles, but obviously this truck wasn't meant for anything too serious. You just have to make sure to be mindful of your tire placement. The tires fit the platform well, but they aren't the most aggressive. When it comes to running in water though, being able to quickly remove these tires from the wheels makes it so much easier to let the foams dry out instead of having to remove a bunch of beadlock screws. So I am a big fan of that. There is a pretty big difference in speed between high and low gear as well. In high gear, this truck can actually reach a top speed of up to around 5 miles per hour. Dropping it down in low gear gives you some nice torque and control at less than a mile an hour. If you own a Tacoma or just want a cool little truck to mess around with, this new FCX24M might be worth checking out.